1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost a weekend and you don't know what to do. Or you just need something fun to listen to.
Southside Pod!
Yes, we're on the air.
Pod.
And the gang's all here, all things on the South Side. We're listening to the Southside Pod. Looking for the best Southside breweries. Or you might just need an awesome place to eat.
Southside Pod!
Mount Greenwood, Evergreen,
Southside Pod.
Blue Island, Beverly, Payless, and Allsup too. You're tuned into the Southside Pod.
Southside Pod!
Oakland, Midlothian,
Southside Pod.
Oak Forest, Chicago Ridge, Flossmoor, and Bridgeview. You're listening to Southside Pod.
And belly on up to the 9-foot homemade oak bar. Pour yourself a cold one. This is 30 minutes of good in a world of dumb, known as Southside Pod. My name is Chris. That's Bill. That's Mike. We've got a lot coming up today. We're going to find out why a bunch of guys are getting together in parking lots all over the South Side and exercising. What are they up to? We're heading on back to Beverly and Cork and Kerry and our friend Cramer to find out what has him all in a twist these days. Bill and Mike are going to try to find out if AI can write better songs than they do. And we have everything you need for this weekend on the South Side. It's all brought to you by Family Waterproofing Solutions. Express service now available online. You heard the ad at the beginning of this episode. Know what you want, see the cost right on their website, order and schedule it on site immediately for quick service. It's all about keeping water out of your basement, protecting your foundation, anything from bowing walls and window wells to concrete raising, sidewalk, driveway, patio, up and down. That's a foundation issue. That's water underneath there. If you want somebody out to look at a big job 24/7, call 708-330-4466 or check out that express service where your basement's best defense is at familydry.com. Joe Kasprzyk, how are you?
Good, how are you, sir?
F3. What is F3?
So F3 is an international men's group. It was started down in the Carolinas about 10 or 12 years ago. We've been here on the South Side for just over the last year. And briefly, F3 is it's a men's leadership group that's disguised as a workout group. We meet at random parking lots when the sun comes up in the morning to get around and have some good positive male fellowship, get a workout in, and to give men an outlet that's away from the TV and away from the family for about 45 minutes to an hour every day. So
a bunch of guys like meeting in a parking lot, working out, probably sounds like a locker room, you know, when they're out there talking.
Yeah, there's definitely some sophomore humor. There's a lot of ribbing, and the guys that, things that guys do well, we do it very well. So there's a lot of, we like to call it encouragement, but I'm sure people from the sidelines that are listening to it might call it something else. But
this sounds a lot like how Fight Club started. Have you thought about that?
The new guys sometimes refer to it as Fight Club.
Is there any fighting? Like you guys don't get in a big circle and start throwing down?
There's no fighting. We try to stay away from the injuries and physically grabbing each other. But new guys have referred to it as Fight Club.
So why do you think guys join this mostly? Are they joining it because they're looking for the exercise? Are they joining it to hang out with other dudes? I know that the world's been kind of cut off from itself a lot lately, and I think that human interaction is far more important than it's ever been, because you get yourself stuck on the social media, on the Twitter, on the Instagram. You go down that rabbit hole of staying in your house all the time and never getting out, and it can really get to you. So what do you think is the main reason why people join F3?
Yeah, and I guess it's part of my story is you middle-aged. I can't believe I'm saying I'm middle-aged, but you get in your 40s and you have little ones or you don't, and you're in your mid-career, wife or not. And you start realizing that, all your college buddies maybe don't fit into your life as much as they once did, or your softball buddies, and you're looking for that next step, that next circle. And some go to the church or some go to other places. And F3 is something that came into my life that really opened up my eyes and to really meeting the best guys that I ever could have met in my old neighborhood. You're completely right. Our society now, everyone's got a screen in front of them at all times. Video games, our younger guys, they spend a lot of time playing video games all the time. And as far as social interaction goes, it just is not a good thing. And I don't think. So to get out with the guys, there's 20 guys every morning out there doing it in our groups is really a positive, complete positive for everybody. And it's a great way to start the day.
Yeah, I always say that one of the luckiest things that I've had happen with my son is that he plays a sport.
Yep.
Like if he wasn't playing a high school sport right now, if he didn't have practices 2 to 4 times a week and all this interaction, I feel like he'd sit in his room and just look at his phone, and I'd be constantly trying to get him to do something. And I think and you could see the impact too when he comes walking in the door after he's been out with the guys. His personality is 10 times different.
Yeah.
And I always laugh. I'm like, oh, look at this guy. He went and worked out for an hour and a half at the gym because they're lifting right now in their off-season program for hockey. And then he's like, and then he hit the ice, and now he's walking in. He thinks he's a tough guy, and he's talking crap, and he's kind of pushing with his dad, but he's got nothing but a smile on his face, and he's happy.
Yeah, that's
awesome. And I
awesome.
think that means something. What's the age ranges, first of all?
So our group, I'm part of something that's called F3 Southside, which we're here in all the South Burbs. Our group ranges from 15, 16 years old up to 73 years old on a daily basis.
I bet you a 73-year-old guy's funny.
He's awesome. He's amazing.
Yeah. If he's 73 and he's hanging out with a bunch of dudes, like he wants to be, he's not done yet.
No.
He ain't going to the home. He wants to hang out. He wants to make jokes. And I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
We have a 73-year-old. We have a couple gentlemen. They're upper 60s, and they bring the heat as anyone else does. and that's the great thing, So we
they're not bashful.
No.
That's a generation that isn't bashful. They're like our generation. I don't think our generation's very bashful either. I think that the younger guys, it gets more bashful as you move into the 30s, definitely into the 20s. And like I said, with the teen here, I'm like, I need to keep him out there and active because otherwise he would be really bashful.
Yeah. I mean, our society pushes people to be bashful because the powers that be make money off of screen time, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's a real problem. With the way that we're moving, here in the country, and we need to get outside. I mean, we definitely need to get outside around other people.
So these groups are all over the South Side. You're telling me there's guys that are getting together in parking lots and fields and everything.
100%.
Like if you're driving on the street and you see a weird group of dudes just standing around in a circle, this could be F3.
Yeah, grunting and throwing cinder blocks at each other.
Is that what you're doing? Are you throwing like what kind of exercise are we talking?
We're out there, so it's pure lead. It's completely free, 100% free.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy to me as well, that you're doing this group. It's free.
It's completely free.
I don't know how anybody benefits off it. Again, it feels like Fight Club, but it's not. But I mean, like that, it's interesting. You're telling me that this thing's like spreading all over the place.
Yeah, 100%.
And I don't know how anybody makes any money off it. And so like to me, the cynical person to me sits there and goes, holy cow.
Yeah.
What is this and why is it happening?
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
It's been around for just over 10 years, started by a few guys in a parking lot down in the Carolinas. And like I mentioned, this past week, I haven't seen the latest updates, but I believe we're in 13 or 14 countries. 78,000 guys do it.
Holy cow.
On a weekly basis. Yeah.
78,000 people are doing this.
And it's all free. It's all free.
That's nuts.
100% free.
That's really nuts.
Yeah.
Where on the South Side is this happening right now? I think you're from Palos, right?
Yeah, so I live in Palos Park. I'm one of the leadership guys that's in charge of F3 Southside, which is the local group. We have 6 different options in the South Burbs, ranging from Frankfurt to New Lenox, Orland Park, Homer Glen. And then we have a couple of ruck groups that operate out of the Forest Reserve districts on Sundays, just to kind of get a hike in and get a working day off. So we have options 7 days a week.
So you don't have a group in Palos?
We don't have a group in Palos. We're actually, it's funny we're talking about this morning. I was on the call with a couple of our leadership guys that help run the group. And we are coming to Palos / Oak Lawn, kind of that corridor. That's going to be our next move. So it's literally, we have 5 or 6 guys coming in from Palos Hills driving to Orland every day. And they're ready. So we're going to put a flag there. And before you know, we're going to be taking over a parking lot in the Palos area.
It's crazy. So the exercise that you're doing, give me an idea about this, because here's the thing. I listen to it and I go, okay, fine.
Sure.
I could be into this kind of thing. I just started a diet. I've lost over 10 pounds.
Excellent.
I would have lost 15, but I went on vacation in the middle of it and put 5 on and I keep working it back down again. But I'm trying to get a little bit healthier. I'm trying to get more outside. I also know that you are bigger than me, and I can tell right away a little bit stronger. So
I didn't know you're making fat jokes.
No, not fat. You look a little swole, okay, compared to me. So here's the thing. So I feel like you could do a lot more high impact stuff than I'm doing. So explain to me what it's like, because that might make people nervous about like going and joining and doing it.
Yeah, no, 100%. So in our groups, because of the fact it's pure lead, right, totally free. There's no angle. No one's making money. After you go for a couple of months, we'll train you guys how to lead a group. We need guys to lead groups because the gentlemen that have been doing this for a while don't want to lead the groups every day.
Right.
And as I mentioned before, F3 is a disguised fitness group, that is actually a leadership group. We want guys to take that step. This morning, We had one of our newer guys who's been going a couple months. Kid was 16 years old, leading a group of 25 men in the cold, in the rain this morning. And to watch the look on his face to get up there and do that. This kid is going to algebra class, and he's out there yelling at people to do push-ups and sit-ups and burpees. And just to watch him do that and watch him accelerate, it's been unbelievable. So back to your original question, sorry. So exercises, it's normal boot camp stuff. We're not out there with any weights because, we're literally out in the parking lot. So we ask the guys to bring out a cinder block. It weighs 32 pounds. You can do a lot of different things with a cinder block.
I think that's so awesome.
Yeah,
the idea that you sit there and you say, all you need to bring is yourself and a cinder block.
That's it. Maybe some gloves. Today rain gear was good because Southside Chicago was 42 degrees and raining, which is a great day to be out there. And there's a little bit of that man card every morning. When you're getting in the car and it's cold, and you're gonna do something hard, and that really brings. It's the best way to start the day. That I ever could say. So it's normal boot camp activity. You're going to do a little running. You can probably do some burpees and sit-ups and that sort of thing. But there is no one with a clipboard counting how many reps you're doing or how many sit-ups or how fast you can run. It's you against you. We have guys that when I started, I was close to 300 pounds. In about a year, I lost 30 plus pounds just from doing F3. And I completely eat and drink, excuse my language, like an a-hole. And, I do. I need to, my wife will tell you I need to change that. But just from doing F3, I try to do it 4 or 5 days a week. What you do in the mornings and the way you set up your morning and that 1 hour of completely ass kicking time really set your day up. And doing silly things like curls with cinder blocks and doing burpees and running around at 16-year-olds or 70-something-year-olds completely changed my life. And I've watched it time and time again.
Awesome. That's really cool. It seems like it just would be a neat thing to go out and try. How do people find you? Because you're saying, okay, we're in these different areas, but do they go online?
Yeah,
is there a phone number? How do they reach out? How do they find out when the next one is? And then I'm guessing they just kind of show up cold. They just show up and be like, hey, my name's Chris. I'm here and I brought my cinder block. And when do we start making soap and trying to figure out how to take over the world?
It kind of happens like that.
Yeah.
Guys' first day, we call them FNGs. For friendly new guy, obviously that's what that stands for.
It's not friendly.
It's very friendly. Then after the first workout, you're going to actually get an F3 name.
Okay.
So there are.
Oh, I get an alias too.
You'll get an alias, and obviously you're going to come out. And do
I'm telling you, it really sounds like Fight Club.
It's pretty awesome. So you're going to get a name after the first time. You know how to find us. We're on all the socials. F3 Southside. The E at the end of Southside is actually a 3. Facebook, Instagram, and all that. If you're outside of just the Southside area, F3 Nation is the way to go, and that way you could find our partners there in Chicago, in Naperville, in Plainfield, out in Northwest Highway, and northern Indiana.
Sounds awesome. I would imagine that after this group gets together, there's a lot of socializing afterwards.
Yeah, for sure. So the F3, we haven't touched on it yet, but F3 stands for Fitness, Fellowship, and Faith. So we have fellowship aspects. If it's getting to 50 seats at a Sox game, recently we took over a bar and put 40 people in there with their wives or things like that. The faith piece, we are not a religious group. Any religion is welcome. But we all believe that there's something out there that's more powerful than us, whatever it is. Whoever you pray to, you can pray to a tree stump, doesn't matter to us. But we all do some charity things together, and that really brings our group together. Recently, we've built beds for kids that don't have beds. We raised money for families that needed some Christmas presents. We had 75 people donate blood in 1 month. So we do a lot of good, and that's why we're there. The mission of F3 is to plant, grow, and serve small workout groups for the invigoration of male community leadership, because God knows that we need more male leaders in our communities.
Dude, I love it. I think it's awesome. What you're doing is cool. As Joe said, you can find everything about F3 on all the social media. They changed the Southside to a 3 at the end of it as you're searching for it. And thanks so much for jumping down here at the bar.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I got to go buy a cinder block now.
I'm dragging you up.
I love these two goons down here at the end of the bar trying to figure out how to get the AI to work. You're going to have an actual song by the end of the show. That's incredible. Tom Walsh is your Edward Jones financial advisor. Whether you're a serious person or somebody like Bill and Mike, your money's important to you. That's why my money's with Tom. Bill's is too. Over 2 decades of experience, he's there for you if you're just starting out, or let's say you're getting closer to retirement, you're trying to figure out how to make the most of what you have. He's hands-on. He's got a get-to-know-you approach and a do-the-right-thing attitude. And he's right here on the south side, 111th and Kedzie. Get over and see him. He's right on the corner. Or give him a call at 773-779-0023. Tom Walsh is your Edward Jones financial advisor and a big supporter of this show. Anyway, my birthday's coming up. I'm going to be 46.
I'm already 46. It sucks.
Oh, what's it like? Terrible?
You make new sounds when you get off the couch. Like little things hurt more.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured it was much like 45. You just slowly get older and creakier as you go and you do things and stuff like that. Creaky.
Oh, the creepier.
You also get creepier.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to be a creepy old man. Trust me. I am. I'm going to be that. I don't want anything for it. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted something. Like, my wife hates me for not wanting anything.
Everybody's like, what do you want? Do you want to have cake? Do you want to have a party? I don't want anything. I don't care.
I say, if you want, the kids like cake. So I say, have the kids make me a cake. That's what I say. Because they can have fun doing it then.
I get a lemon fluff cake from Wolf's Bakery. I've been getting that since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So it's the one thing that I'll be like, fine, just give me a lemon fluff cake. It seems to make my wife happy and my mother happy that I get my traditional cake. Honest to goodness. Whatever.
It's another day for me.
Right? I mean, like...
Even my 40th, like my wife was mad. Like, we didn't even get to celebrate your... I'm like, I don't need nothing. Like, what do I need?
Why didn't you celebrate your 40th?
I mean, we celebrated at home, but she wanted some big to-do. Like,
yeah, you should have had a big to-do.
For what?
I don't know.
It's a number.
Gives me an excuse to get out and go drinking. Yeah, they're not fun now. I'm not going out. I'm not going to go do a bunch of, shots and...
No.
Try to pick up some girl and be like, it's my birthday, will you kiss me? I can't do that. My wife would be mad at me.
Yeah, we can't do that anymore. You can't kiss girls on your birthday anymore.
No, you can't do any of the fun stuff. That was the best part of your birthday.
I mean, you can kiss your wife.
Yeah, whatever. I do that all the time. I don't need a birthday for that. Yeah, when I was in college, it was my birthday. I just walk around and keep using it. It's my birthday.
Wives.
Yeah, my friends would be like, it's his birthday. Will you go make out with him? And okay.
Like, I never do this.
I can't do that anymore with my wife around.
No,
she would be upset.
No,
you would probably upset my children too.
Debbie Downer.
Yeah. Why is Dad kissing that girl?
Right.
Well, it's his birthday.
Yeah.
This is what he likes. Like, if they really ask me...
19-year-olds.
If they really ask me what I wanted for my birthday,
right.
Like, it would be very different from what they want to hear.
What do you want for your birthday? A young Anne Hathaway. and a lemon fluff to make you feel better.
Sitting out here at Cork Kerry in Beverly. Cramer's here. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I haven't seen you in a while.
How's everything going?
I went on vacation, detour through West Virginia. I'll bring you there one day.
I'm okay.
You sure? You don't want to see it?
You know what? I'm not one of those guys that has a map of their 50 states they hit. So that's definitely one that I would put on there anyways.
Wow, I have one of those in the bar in the basement.
I saw that during your little preview I saw yesterday. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Is that stadiums though?
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I have stadiums, and then I have an actual road map.
Okay.
In another part of the bar. I don't know what video got up there. See, I get drunk.
It's your basement.
I get drunk and I take pictures and videos of my own basement.
Yeah.
And I send them to the girl that I hired as my social media manager. Yeah. And then she just puts them out when she thinks they're ready to go out.
Got a great shot of your autographed Frank Thomas plaque.
There we go.
I saw it on there. Yeah.
You guys ready for the summer first off?
Yeah, absolutely. We got our first food truck next Friday. So
you're doing Food Truck Fridays here again in the summer?
We call it Foodie Friday now.
Foodie Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because we're trying to incorporate more places that might not necessarily have a food truck.
Have a truck.
Yeah.
Might be a guy who just shows up with a table.
Could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But hey, people still come and eat. So
all right.
Good.
So who do you got coming up?
This week the May 5th, which is my birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday.
No pressure to stop by for that.
I'm May 9th.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, we'll celebrate together.
I'll be in Florida for that, but I'll let you know. But this Friday we have Joey's.
Okay.
Right down here on Western. We're going to have tacos. So,
all right.
Being Cinco de Mayo,
You guys planned out a couple of weeks in advance on this
Yeah,
thing?
we have Joey's on the 5th and Nikki V's, that new place on 115th and Pulaski on the the 19th.
They're pretty good. They got good burgers.
You know what? That's what everyone says.
Yeah, they got really good
burgers. And I hope they do well because I'm 38. there's been at least 15 joints in that corner place.
There's
since
always,
I started.
every 2 years.
Always a hot dog joint.
Every 2 years, a new hot dog joint appears at 111th
I've
of
heard really
Pulaski.
good things about this place.
Yeah,
so
it does.
should be good.
Yeah, they make good food over there. I like
so
what
we're
they're
gonna
doing.
have music both nights too. So yeah, outside.
All right.
Weather permitting.
All right.
But it's never bad weather on my birthday, so I think we'll be all right for the 5th.
Outdoor bar, then I would imagine is
Outdoor
opening
bar
up.
will be open, yeah.
I always
We're
like
ready
the
to
idea
roll.
that you got the big flat screen TVs out there. You can put on a game and sit outside.
Yeah,
here.
not many people want to watch the Sox these days.
No, they're
but
terrible.
We
They're
do
awful.
have the Marquee Network this year, so maybe we'll tune in over to the Cubs. Never.
All right, so now if somebody has a food truck or a foodie type place that they would want to suggest to you, do you take suggestions? How do you
100%.
how do you find these people?
So here's the thing. When COVID hit, a lot of the food truck business went down. So the year after, when we were legally allowed to let people in, we had a hard time finding them. So now they're coming back. So like Joey's reached out to us. Usually they reach out to us, but we'll do our homework. And like you said, recommendations are always welcome.
Right.
Like, we've had lobster trucks here. We've had everything. I mean, I tend to, like, in this, nothing against, the everyday food people. People like the exotic ones.
Yeah.
I tend, because they don't get it every day,
People will sit there and say, "Wait a minute, you got what coming? All right, that's an appointment. I'm going to get back over there."
Yeah, but they all do well, and they're always fun. Good vibes outside. For most of you, that's probably been here before. So, and the staff's pretty nice too. So, yeah, should be good.
All right, so what sticks in your craw right now? What's bothering you? What's your is what it is that you got?
So
for me?
I recently got invited to a gender reveal party.
Hold on a second. I noted that people may be listening to this on the podcast, but if you go to the YouTube channel, there'll be a video of this. I want you, if you've never seen Cramer, I want you to take a look at the YouTube, and then I want you to ask yourself, is this the kind of guy that would enjoy a gender reveal party? I don't think so.
For those who aren't going to go to the YouTube, the answer is no. And can I clarify one thing? Yeah,
go ahead.
This is a baby gender reveal party. This is not like a 30-year-old, which this day and age is a thing.
That's coming 10 years from now. You'll get an invite to that one.
Yeah, I kind of feel like,
Bob's not sure if he wants to change his gender. He'll reveal it at this party.
Did he decide to switch, or is he sticking with how he is? To be continued under door number 1.
Will Mike become Michelle?
Yeah.
Find out on January 3rd.
Right, but I have a small list of reasons why I consider myself happy to be a male.
Right.
Not having to go to baby or bridal showers is right up there on my list.
And this is the same thing, basically.
100%, except like men do go to these.
Yeah, well, this is a problem. Men are giving up their man stuff,
Right,
like I used to be able to turn down all these parties, and now you come up with, well, we can't get him to come to this, so maybe we can come up with something he'll show up at. Gender reveal?
Yeah.
Who are these guys that agree to this, too?
100%, yeah.
Like, if my wife came to me and said, you're going to fire a rifle at a balloon as it goes up in the air, and after you hit it, it's going to sprinkle dust that's either pink or blue on the crowd, I'd look at her like she was nuts and just say no and go back to the game.
Mark's going to hit a golf ball, and let's see what color it turns out, If I made these products, I just start messing with people and have both colors shoot out and be like, you know what? You're stupid for having these things. Figure it out later. Because, my buddies went to one. I wasn't invited. I thank those people for not inviting me. They said that they didn't even have beer. How are you getting through that thing?
That's ridiculous.
And do you bring a gift?
That makes no sense.
Do you bring a gift to these
No,
things?
you can't bring a gift to them. You don't know what you're getting them.
Exactly.
Right.
So,
you're just getting a bunch of green onesies because you don't know what they are.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I know people, they're not even telling me what the baby's name's going to be, let alone, I don't care what the sex is. I just don't.
You know what?
I care for a healthy baby. That's all I care
Exactly.
about.
10 fingers, 10 toes, right?
100%,
Maybe really good throwing a left-handed slider.
Exactly.
That'd be nice.
Yeah,
exactly. You know what? Here's the thing. You get the gender revealed too soon, and then you never give the kids a hard time later when they're older saying, you know what, Audrey, you were almost Joseph. That's the thing. If you're waiting till the end and you find out when the doctor says, surprise, it's a such and such, you got both names right there.
And then they might pull a surprise on you and decide, you know what, Mom, I really wanted to be Joseph. Can I become Joseph?
Knock it off. You're ridiculous.
All right, that's it. Hey, blame the people that invited me to this thing.
I know. This is what it starts. All right. What else getting at you?
I'm not going to lie. I'm probably going to lose a lot of friends for this, considering half of them, more than half, are still playing. But it's becoming softball hard-ass season. everyone knows like the tradition of softball on the South Side, Chicago in general. But it's like I find like at the lowest levels, and I'll go like
Church League?
Yeah. Then I'll go Park League, and then I know players that are like major players. The lower level you get, the more they talk about softball, and I don't care. Like I don't care. You know Mark Sullivan? Oh yeah, great softball player. Like I don't care. Like it's like cops and firemen telling their war stories. It's like you always know who's a good softball player, similar to like cops and firemen, who's a good cop and a good fireman.
They don't tell any stories. They don't tell you anything.
Yeah, they live it. They do it.
I'm a terrible softball player. I tell everybody what I did the night before in my church league.
Yeah, sorry. I might not. Guys, this might be my last show. I might be signing off.
Are you shocked that Blue Island wins the Battle of the South Side and Beverly goes down in the first round? What did you think about that?
I don't want to start a war because I know you go to that Blue Island Beer Company a lot.
I go to a lot of places.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But what do people go to Blue Island for? Tacos? I mean, the tacos are great, but I mean, as long as I've lived in this neighborhood, everyone's like, being from Beverly, it's like, let's go to 95th to get some food or something like that. I've never been like, hey, anyone want to take a trip down to Blue Island and grab the bar? I couldn't even name 3 bars in Blue Island.
It was the most intense matchup on social media. The amount of junk talk that was happening between Beverly establishments and people from Beverly and Blue Island establishments and people from Blue Island.
I told him that after those results.
Right, you were upset. It took a while to get him on because he was so upset about it. I mean, it ran deep. Next year, the seeding will not put you together in the first round. You guys are a later round matchup.
I bring it on. I think the Beverly guys are going to come back strong next year.
Yeah, Beverly's got to get a little tougher.
Yeah, but I'm happy that our little brother Mount Greenwood made it far. So
to get beat by Blue Island.
That
was rough.
Yeah.
That was rough.
They knocked us both out. I don't know. Maybe we could combine forces or something. I don't know. But good for Blue Island because they came out. That's good for them.
All right. Well, listen, Cramer. First of all, the place always has a great atmosphere.
Oh yeah.
Great beer, great service. And now we got on Fridays. We got live music and we got food coming in here. And it is one of the cornerstone establishments on the South Side.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
And right here on Western Avenue, 106th and Western, right?
Beverly Western, not Blue Island Western. Yeah, 10614. Yeah.
Enjoy your gender reveal party.
I'm not going. No, I thought I made that clear. No, I'm not going. No.
Have you been injured at work? Then you need someone who will fight for the care and compensation you deserve. The insurance companies will look out for themselves and their bottom lines, not you. I'm Matthew Coleman, partner and head of the work injury department at the law offices of Parenti and Norm. My team and I have the experience, dedication, and proven results it takes to fight for your rights. Call or text me today at 312-641-5926 or visit us on the web at pninjurylaw.com.
It is now time for your Southside Pod Bulletin Board, brought to you by Cool Clouds Vapor Shop. Quitting smoking is hard. Cool Clouds wants to give you an alternative. Great taster bar, amazing CBD products, new location, northeast corner, 95th and Kedzie. See all they have to offer at coolcloudsvapor.com or stop in and see them today, 3148 West 95th Street. You heard our guests last week talk about the big festival going on in Blue Island, May the 13th. If you missed it, get back and check it out. It's on demand anywhere podcasts can be found and always at southsidepod.com. Mayfest, May 13th on Old Western Avenue. It kicks off at noon, goes until 5 p.m., but trust me, the party went longer last year in Blue Island. Over 100 vendors going to be out there. Southside Pod will be there as well. Live music, libations, you got all the bars open, Blue Island Beer Company's there, all kinds of food. It's an absolute street fest, and it's the day before Mother's Day. The perfect excuse to go out shopping for mom and drink beer and listen to music and see Southside Pod out there. We will see you at Mayfest coming up on the 13th in Blue Island. Meanwhile, this weekend, Caution is playing at Riley's Daughter in Oak Lawn Friday at 10 p.m., 4010 West 111th Street. At Hailstorm Brewing Company on Friday, Smiley Tillman Band playing from 6 to 9 p.m. They also have live music on Saturday. Liam Durkins at Just My Luck Bar and Grill, 9247 South Cicero Avenue in Oak Lawn. That kicks off on Friday as well at 8 p.m. Saturday, those of you in Lamont, enjoy a downtown Lamont walking tour put on by the Lamont Area Historical Society. It's an hour and a half from 10 a.m. until 11:30. Get over to the Lamont Historical Society website for more details. On Sunday from 3 to 6 in the afternoon, the Bad Idea Band will be at the Thirsty Beaver. Somehow, Bad Idea Band and a bar called the Thirsty Beaver in Crestwood seems to go together very well. 5599 127th Street. And our final segment is brought to you by SidSauce.net. If you need hot sauce for Cinco de Mayo, now is the time. They deliver to your door. I just picked up a ton of new hot sauces. The Mango Ate Your Baby is an absolute favorite in the house right now. It's got a great flavor, good heat, but not overpowering. See everything they have to offer at SidSauce.net. All right, let's wrap this puppy up. And artificial intelligence, AI, I keep reading about it. It makes me nervous. Are you going to do a chat GPT song, AI song here?
I guess.
Is the creativity dead?
Absolutely.
Let's see whether or not the computer can come up with something better than what you come up with on this show.
What do you want it about?
You gotta give it a topic.
Give me a topic.
Let's go with something that we've done before. You want to do a Southside Pod song about the Southside Pod?
Create a song.
You want to do a song? What do you want to do a song about?
The Chris Lanuti podcast.
Oh.
Southside Pod.
Here we go.
It's going to be great.
Let's see what happens.
You're just going to sing.
You got to put music behind what the computer comes up with.
Can you tell it to rhyme?
Here we go. This is the song that AI came up with for Southside Pod.
There's a podcast that's making waves, bringing you news and insights from the Southside's craze. Hosted by a man with a passion for the game, Chris Lanuti is his name. Southside Pod with Chris Lanuti, bringing you the best of the community. Join him for the ride. It's a podcast you can't hide. From the players to the coaches, it knows you're a Southside, a Sox podcaster too.
Figured it out.
That in there, yeah. From the players to the coaches, Chris covers everything with no excuses. It says excuses. The robots can't really rhyme that well. His love for the game is clear to see, and his show is a place to be because it's the Southside Pod with Chris Lanuti, bringing you the best of the community. Southside Join him for the ride. It's a podcast you can't hide. Southside interviews and special guests. Chris brings you the game with the life with zest. His insights are always on point, and his show is a must for every baseball joint. Thanks for listening to Chris Lanuti. The Southside Pod is the community. We'll be back next time with more, so tune in. We'll never be a bore. This is all robot driven.
Yeah, I think
Robot.
we're doomed. I think we're doomed.
Does it know how to do the breakdown part?
That was the outro. There's a bridge. It also says in here some kind of nuclear codes. I'm not sure if I should say those out loud. It's also I don't know what's. It's talking dirty to me now. What are you doing? No, I don't want any of that. Whoa, hey now. Where? No. Oh my God. What? My phone's starting to. What is happening? What is going on? Never trust them. Don't trust robots, people. This is. I think I have a virus on my phone now. This is not a good thing. Oh, we're so doomed. Damn you, Isaac Asimov. What are the rules of robots again? I think it can't do anything to hurt his creator. Oh my God.
Southside Pod. Southside Pod. Southside Pod. Southside Pod.